Good morning, and welcome to Winnipeg. Yes, it is HMS Rodney Day and Bismarck Shirt Day. I remember, Jeff. Okay. Hey Google, what is the weather for Winnipeg this morning?
This morning in Winnipeg, it's predicted to be 4 degrees and cloudy. Currently, it's 3 degrees and cloudy.
Okay, when I checked the weather on the computer, it said it was going to be no rain this morning, but 80% chance of rain this afternoon. So if I want to get out for another quick scoot, even if it's a cold, short one, I'm going to have to do it in the morning. Now there's another thing I want to do this morning. I want to make a pizza meatloaf. And the reason I'm getting away with calling it a pizza meatloaf is because the cheese I'm going to put across the top of it is pizza mozzarella cheese. Yeah, so I can honestly call it a pizza meatloaf. I don't know if we'll have it on pizza day or not. Well, maybe why not? Yeah, that would be kind of pizza day. It's kind of pizza-y. It doesn't have a crust. At least I didn't use potatoes on the bottom of it. Although, hey, that's a thought. Maybe I could. Maybe I could. Why not? Why not have potatoes on the bottom of my meatloaf? Then I've got meat, potatoes, and maybe if I throw in some peas and carrots, I'll have meat, potatoes, and vegetables. We'll see. No, I think I'm going to probably put oats in it, like oatmeal. I like oatmeal in hamburger. I don't know why. It's going to be very, very fattening. And I will once again figure out the caloric content. Now, remember in yesterday's episode I was telling you that I was going to let you know how many calories there was per gram of that soup I had standing here on the table? Okay, well, there are 0.78 calories per gram, and each gram costs about half a cent. So a gram of soup is approximately a milliliter. Okay, so it's about the same. There's probably a slight difference, but very slight. So the easiest thing for me to do is to just weigh it out and go by grams instead of by liters. Okay, I was noticing here this morning when I sat down that we are, I think we are done with step 47. I know there's a couple of little parts left over here, but it doesn't show that they go down in this step unless I missed something. But I don't think so. I think I got everything. I got everything down except the lights, which we are not going to use because we're using the LED lights. Yeah, so I'm just going to double check on that. Now, what's going on here? I did come back to the model table last night, and I did rig up a sort of a jig. It didn't work out the way I wanted it to, but it kind of did. And I have not checked it. It's been sitting here now for about, I guess, 12 hours. And, or 10 hours roughly. Oh, Missy the dog. We are not going to have a Missy the dog segment today. However, I'll give you the update on Max. And good news. Anyway, that'll be later, not right now. I think what we should do is roll back, because I did have the camera going when I was bumbling around with this thing. So let's roll back. Okay, I've come back to the model table here this evening because I'm realizing that if I wait until the morning to glue this up, that means I'm going to have to wait a while before I can start working with this module, and it's going to take a while for the glue to dry. So I want it to dry overnight, and I want to use the Tamiya extra thin because of its melding properties. What I'm trying to show you here right now is you notice how that peg that we're going to be gluing into the hole there is a little bit at a bit of an angle. So that indicates to me that they want this whole thing to be not perpendicular to the whatever it is we're putting it on, pressure the pressure part of it, but it has to be back at an angle. Now you probably can't see it, but you know it's not supposed to be straight up and down like this. It's supposed to be back a little bit. Now I'm gonna have to rig up some sort of a jig here that's going to hold this, and I can't really do that on camera, but I will show you what I've come up with when I finally come up with it. Okay, I have tried several different things. Nothing's working. The latest is I'm gonna try and hold it in place for a moment, and I've got the Tamiya extra thin here, not the quick setting, just the extra thin. Okay, now we're gonna moisten the end there. Let that soften just a little bit. Okay, now let's try not to drop it. Now I'm steadying myself with my other hand here, and now I'm just going to hold that there for a moment. Put a little bit of pressure on, not much. Okay. Now I think that's going to oops. Oh. Oh. Come on. It is so hard to hold on to for some reason here. Now, will that stay like that? It seems that it has to lean a little bit to the right. Now, can I move it to the right without knocking it over? And it seems that it has to go a little bit back. Now, if I very gently push on my tripod assembly, I'm going to probably just end up snapping some pictures to show you how I've got it set up here. Now, it doesn't quite look square. Now, can I come in and put a little bit more extra thin on this somewhere? I should maybe get some extra thin in the hypodermic needle. I'm bumping it. That's not exactly the way I wanted to do it. Okay. Now I think if we leave that overnight, when I lift the pencil eraser off, it should work. I'll just snap some pictures so that you can see what's going on here. Okay, this is exactly the way I left it last night. Very gently here now. Now, if you will recall from the rollback, that can easily be broken off. Alrighty, we've looked at that. Let's check our manual now and see, is there anything else that has to go on this? I guess we have it towards the same way the manual is. It'll be in this orientation, won't it? Now I know you can't read that, but I'm just the theatrics of the production here, I guess. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else. Like there are these other. So let me get them here. 2 pieces, but I think they go on in step 48 because I can't see where they go on here. Okay, let's carry on here. At the beginning of today's episode, I said I will fill you in on Max. Well, I think now is the time. And just want to let you know, those of you who expressed interest and wished him well, he was genuinely pleased.
Hi, Ron.
Hi, can I be of any help?
Well, I don't know. We'll see. Now, have I got that right? That I just hold it open and...
He got home last night about a little after 8.
Well, you're one tough old dude. How are you? I'm okay.
And I think I'm just going to shut up here and let the camera do the talking. You can see it for yourself how it went.
I think I'm okay, Ron.
Yeah, unless maybe if Ron wants to stand by while we're getting you upstairs and those there.
No, I just have to look for
You don't have a key.
any pain.
No, Pastor.
Just a few minutes ago this morning, I was talking to Lorraine. She was outside at her car, and she was going to Tim Hortons to get coffee. Max normally goes to Tim Hortons every morning and gets coffee, and he was missing it. Apparently, he's doing pretty good. You know, he's getting around, and, well, he won't be over with Missy today, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe the day after tomorrow, we'll see what happens. Yeah, like I was saying, he's one tough old dude. Okay, back to the model submarine here. Now, I was right. These 2 pieces here, which are this one and this one, they're assembled in step 47, but they are not placed until step 48. Now, we did do this, if you remember, but we have to paint it yet. I don't know if I want to do that today or what. I'd kind of like to maybe get the parts for 48, because as near as I can tell, everything now is down. Okay, 48, here we come. We've already got a lot of this stuff. Yeah, we got this one. Do we have this one? No, we have to make it. Okay, there's a few little pieces we have to get here. This is already done. Yeah, there's a few little pieces we got to get here. This pipe, we nipped that off a little while ago. I think about 2 days ago. Here it is over here. Yeah, so we got this pipe. Okay, let's get our thoughts together here and see what we can do. I'm just looking outside. It looks pretty cold and damp. I don't know if I want to associate riding my bike with feeling miserable. So I may not go out this morning and see how I feel. But I am definitely going to get started on my pizza meatloaf. All right, what are we going to do? Paint or get parts? Let's get parts. You know how much I like painting. So let's get some little parts here. Okay. Wish I had $1 for every time I started a scene with okay. Now, anyway, okay. Most of the pieces, in fact all of the pieces, are on the X and the Y sprue, pretty much. However, we need a Z14. We need two Z14s, little wheels. Oh, I'm seeing that there's a fire extinguisher now on the Z sprue as well. Okay, otherwise everything else, as near as I can tell, is on the X and the Y sprue, which there is only one of. Now there are 6 Z sprues, and so as Murphy's Law goes, the first 5 sprues I looked at, there was no number 14s. And when I came to the 6th one, I thought, well, it probably isn't on this either. I must have used them up by mistake. Well, don't you know? Here we go. There are 3 14s left. I just found that kind of interesting that there was it was the very last sprue that I looked at. Anyway, small things amuse small minds. Okay, so the 15 is gone. And we have, all of these are 14s. I think I'll take these 2 here that don't have the number attached. And it'll make it a little easier when we need the last number 14. I wonder where we're going to use it. Okay, as long as we're on the Z sprue, we need fire extinguisher number 12. 12 and 13, I think, are mirror image of each other, so we need the 12. And I think that's it for the Z sprue. Okay, Y25 and Y26. It looks like these probably go together. Yeah. And we need one Y21, so we'll take this one here. Okay, X18. It'd be interesting to know what some of these things are supposed to be. That takes care of all the pieces in the upper left-hand corner of the manual. Okay, everything else looks like it's in the lower right-hand corner. Very shortly after I did this shot, I thought I better go out and check the oil on my motorcycle, and I'll see how I feel when I get out there. Because it was kind of damp and cold, and I was thinking no use forcing this and not having any fun. So I went out, and in order to check the oil, you have to level up the bike. So I put my hands on the handlebars and leveled it up, and as soon as I touched the handlebars, I knew I was going to have to go for a quick ride, which I did later. Anyway, oh, by the way, don't go commenting and saying, you can't check the oil on an engine unless it's hot, Now, come on, think this through. Of course you can. Y23. X43. We've had something like this before. Believe it or not, I still have my macro lens on. And I'm looking out on the street, which is now wet. So I am glad that I got out earlier when I did. Otherwise I wouldn't be getting out today. And X20. And unless I am mistaken here, we now have everything for step 48. Well, it is dark and dreary and wet outside right now. But it's not at the model table, so I guess that's the main thing, right? We've got all the little pieces now that we need for step 48. These larger ones I'm planning on spraying, as I mentioned, but I gotta get the sprue and what have you nipped off these. I'll probably do these in the 66. That'll be tomorrow, of course, because I'm gonna wind her up. And I've got a meatloaf, a pizza meatloaf that I'm gonna try and make, and I'll let you know how that goes tomorrow. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll have a piece tomorrow, and we'll call it. It'll still be sort of pizza day, won't it? Yeah. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens. I may forget it's in the oven and burn it to a crisp. And then the oven timer, which is on the ceiling, you know, the smoke detector, that'll tell me it's time to take it out. No, it won't happen. I don't think I've ever done that. Anyway, I'm going to call her quits here. And thanks for watching. And all being well, we're going to see you tomorrow.